Hello, lovely people. I was doing the pub finances and I was thinking there has to be a better way than doing a percentage GP because it's so overwhelming to think about trying to work out your overheads because they're massive, like massive overheads, and there's so many of them. And then, you start going through your bank statement and there's so many transactions, and so many variables. And then I woke up at it must have been 2 o'clock in the morning. It was one of those one of those situations, and I had an idea of basically dividing all of the goods costs by the expenses. So I worked on this for a bit, and basically, as long as you've got a profit and loss, or you can work out your profit and loss quite, you need a couple of months, like 3 months or something like that. Obviously, we've been going for almost 2 years, so we at least have a fairly decent profit and loss. And then basically we took our annual expenses, so including labour and including heating, lights, everything apart from goods. And we took that and we divided it by the total cost of goods. So that's beer, food, whatever you're doing, really. And then once you divide that by that, say, for example, it works out at 1.5 or something like that. Then you would take your product, your raw product, and then you would, say a pint of butty for us. And say that's £2. I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but say it's £2, and then you multiply that by the 1.5, and then you add the raw product again, and then that comes out at your bottom line. So obviously you've got to add VAT to it as well. I have told this to a few people that I have made it sound really complicated, but it's not really. So if I just explain it one more time, I'll try and get it simpler. So if you've got your raw pint product cost, okay, so say that is £2 per pint, and then you times that £2 by your 1.5, which has come from your expenses divided by your goods, and then add your product back onto it. Okay, so your £2 back onto it, and then that will give your bottom line. Okay, and you can do this with any of your products. So whether it's a meal or whether it is a pint of beer or whether it's a spirit, because you can't lie with that. You can't just you can't say, well, that's not your true cost, because the bottom line is that is everything that has gone through your business. So that is, like your labor, every expense that you've got has gone into that. And actually it was really interesting, and you can still do your markup, your 60, 70, 80% markup. That would be nice, 80%. So your GP, but if you know your bottom line, that's just a really useful point of reference, isn't it? And you might be able to put 10% on that, or you might be able to put 20% on it. It depends obviously on a lot of factors, but that has definitely changed my outlook on it, and has come up with prices that are true prices, really. I mean, this is how I have looked at our prices. So, you might watch this video and you might go, actually, there's a better way of doing it, and like I did before, is I just went on a rough percentage, say 70% or 65% GP, but that way you still don't know your costings at all. You don't know your bottom line. So that's the way I've done it. If you've got a better way, then absolutely let me know. I think it's so important for anyone in the hospitality industry to just stick together, share ideas. And yeah, this is how I'm doing it, but it may not be the best, and you may have a different idea, and just share it with whoever you can. Times are really hard for hospitality and business owners at the moment, and I hate the statistics of businesses going under at the moment. They are just massive. So, if we can stick together and we can, give anything to each other, then I think now is the time. So if you see this and you're like, no, Mark, that's not how you do it. You do it like this. This is a much better way of doing it. Then please share. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you soon.